The smell of iron emanates from blood, and humanity has always tried to purge it. We have fought, we have created, and we have seen ourselves in our creation, a hazy mirror reflecting what we choose to ignore. In an iron face, we see the best and worst of mankind, the search for connection, the kindness, the grace, but also cold detachment, cruelty, and love distorted through metallic shine. For years we have dreamed of the final version of this mirror, the ultimate simulacrum of humanity. We have dreamed of robots. Universal Flaws of Robotics is a comics anthology collecting 19 stories all about automata. Our amazing team of creators have spun electric dreams of romance, adventure, horror, humor, and more. Dive in and discover that no two robots are built quite the same. Dive in and discover the universal flaws of robotics. Hi everyone, my name is Ben Wright, Human Cartoonist Extraordinaire, and welcome to another live stream for Universal Flaws of Robotics. We are joined today by Angela Boyle, the creator of the story Fruits of Delusion, and one of the people, along with myself, who is offering commissions as one of the add-ons for this crazy little Kickstarter. How are you doing tonight, Angela?
I am good. My sriracha mayo is pretty spicy.
A good problem to have.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing.
Yep. So the reason we're doing this video is just to showcase some of what the add-ons are going to look like and potentially even show off how we make them. So to start off with, Angela, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you're offering?
These little guys. So I'll make a little... It can be a custom robot. It could be one of these robots. It could be the robot I make tonight. They're just little polymer clay, wire, and whatever else I can get my hands on. Cute little robot guys, usually with some form of nature. This guy's got moss on him, and he's got mushrooms. I might try working with this tonight. Is this a bass chord, Abe?
Bass string.
This is a chord. Yeah,
That is either that's an E string, I think.
This is an E string for a bass. Abe restrung his bass, and now I have all this spare, random, weird wire. That's great. Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely fun, and each of these is going for an add-on for $125.
Right.
What I'm doing, I'm actually cheating a little bit tonight because since it's easier to stream it, I'm going digital. But what I'm offering are 6x9 watercolor illustrations of robots dancing.
Yeah.
Yay. In fact, just to show it off, switching to camera mode for a second, I do have a couple of watercolor examples I can show.
Nice.
This one cracks me up because for everything I know about dancing, I got the feet backwards.
Don't tell them.
Yeah, like nobody's going to be able to know except dancers, but it bugs me. And it still looks awesome. And another one I did at a recent show.
Very nice.
Simply, for example, it's fun drawing robot dancers. I always like doing dance fan art because you don't see it that often, and it's fun to be dynamic.
Well, and if you do see it, if you know anything about dancing, I'll bet it's wrong a lot of the time.
A lot of the time, but I'm not too picky about it. I just want it to look believable.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So for now, I think we jump into actually making the stuff.
Cool.
And to make life a little bit easier on us, so we don't have to be constantly talking.
Ooh.
Yeah, a while back, StreamYard introduced like lo-fi royalty-free music.
Oh,
Very smart move.
yeah. It can be hard to talk and work at the same time.
Yeah.
Do you know what you're gonna draw?
Sorry, what was that?
Do you know what you're gonna draw?
Yeah, I have an idea of what the pose is going to be.
Nice.
I'm actually going to try to do it in faux pencil instead of doing my usual pink and blue lines.
Ah, great. Yeah. That's Clip Studio.
Yeah, Clip Studio.
Nice. I've been working a lot in Clip Studio lately.
It really is one of the best out there for comic drawing.
It really is.
All right. I have to think about the dance move for a second. I'm actually basing this off a specific. It's like, where are legs?
What's that?
I said, where are legs?
Are you dancing around the room?
No, I thought about getting up and doing it, but it'd be a lot less funny if people couldn't see it.
It depends on the noises that were made. How many crashes? I'm assuming you're not in a dance-friendly room.
There was a wedding reception during lockdown that streamed in this room, and I managed to do some pretty impressive solo dancing around all the crap on my floor.
I save like every piece of aluminum foil we come across to put inside all my little Sculpey guys.
All right, that should capture it well enough. Let's tighten it up and make them actual robots.
Oops.
I was excited when you were doing a physical commission.
Yeah. I love doing this stuff. I've been making a lot of physical things. Our house is just full of them. I don't know what to do with them all. I mean, I should probably sell them.
Are you doing the con scene at all? Like any kinds of shows?
I applied to short run and didn't get in, which isn't unexpected. I just haven't noticed that many in the area that I would want to go to. My favorite one down in Olympia, because I'm up in Washington State, has not come back yet, and that's Olympia Comics Fest.
That's rough. It hasn't been back since the pandemic?
Yeah.
That's generally not a great sign.
No, I know. I'm a little worried because it's a really good show and a really good comic store.
Is the store still around?
I think so. I'm pretty sure. I'm about 3 or 4 hour drive away, so I don't know for
Hard
sure.
to check.
Yeah. I mean, I could like call or something, but
then you have to, talk on the phone.
right? I have to do that at work. I don't want to do it in my spare time.
I love drawing robots because you can kind of just start adding stuff.
Yes. Robots look better with added stuff. I did a very simplistic robot for my story, which is very weird.
It's a fun robot though. Like it's got that kind of sleek and human look to it.
Yeah, it should feel like the silicone casing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, if any point the music drives you nuts, we do have other tracks, but I have to manually switch. So just say something.
Okay.
But yeah, I like that you were given the opportunity to do a robot thing, and your first thought was, what kind of weird little frog dude can I make?
Oh, yeah. Well, my first year project at CCS, all weird nature exploring robots.
I remember that. Yeah, it was, you were going off the
four elements.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oops. Yeah, that was that's one of my favorites.
It was a very good project.
Did you start with, no, not for the end of the first year. What'd you do for the end of the first year?
End of the first year, I also did my robot comic, Trinary.
Oh, duh. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
I found my copy. I gotta.
I always liked that one. I think I'm out of the originals of that, actually.
Ooh, this will be worth a fortune someday.
Yeah, because I'm never doing that binding again.
No, that was horrible.
It was cool. It was just a pain.
It was very cool. It was a huge pain. Sewn binding with wire.
Yeah, that was actually the last time I pulled an all-nighter for work.
Oof.
As I sew enough copies for our class, I ended up having to...
Our very large class.
Yeah. I remember I managed to get it done, grab some stuff I needed, and immediately came back to campus, turned it in, and then took a quick nap on the couch. Right outside the classroom.
That's awful. I don't think I pulled a single all-nighter.
That's impressive.
Well, I was on the older side, so.
Oh, you mean it here? I thought you meant ever. In undergrad, I did them all the time.
I didn't do it in undergrad either. No, I don't think I ever pulled an all-nighter to get schoolwork done. I've done it for 24-hour comics day.
It's funny. I've successfully done several 24-hour comics. I always manage to get a few hours sleep.
Yeah, I always finish with an hour or two.
I know for 2 of the 24-hour comics I finished, I took a nap on a Kolodny bench.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just one of the hard benches in our...
Oh, right, because you didn't live within walking distance.
Exactly.
Yeah, I at least lived within walking distance, so I would finish and just roll home, watch TV for 8 hours, and then go to bed.
Nice.
So Abe found this on the side of the road. We have no idea what it is, but I want to use it to make a robot of some sort. Maybe I should have washed it.
Is it a filter?
Yeah, it's like a mesh with this in the top, and this is very sealed shut. So some sort of filter, I think. It's a very stiff mesh. And it's weirdly clean.
I was about to say, that looks like something that would be covered in something.
Right? I mean, unless Abe washed it off before giving it to me, but we were in a field, so I doubt it.
would be I could see Abe handing you that just completely messy just because he thought it'd be funny.
Yeah. Well, we were in our own field, so I could just go home and watch. And he knows I am a slob, so.
He was like, "No, I'll just touch all your things before I do it."
Might as well. Let's see.
Ultimate revenge. You know, one thing that's kind of funny that I was noticing when I was putting together this stream, I started to put together the CCS credits, Center for Cartoon Studies credits on there. I realized that 3 of the 4 people doing anthologies were all in this, or doing commissions were all in the same class.
Oh, it's
That even clicked with me.
you,
But it's you, me, and Kelly.
Kelly. Yeah, nice. What's Kelly's commission?
Kelly will do a robot version of your pet.
Oh my god.
Yeah, actually, here, I'll show it real quick because I believe, did I have that queued up? No, but I can have it queued up in a second. Yeah, Kelly was unsure if she'd be able to pop in. She very recently had a child, so we're giving her a lot of space and leeway, but
Yes. It would be lovely.
would be lovely if she could pop in. But if not, you can still always get an absolutely lovely thing. Okay, I'm gonna have to stop sharing for a second. There used to be a way you could swap the window. There we go.
Oh.
It's
Very
cute.
cool.
Seeing if I can get it a little bit. Nope, it's auto-adjusting in an annoying way. But yeah, that's what it's going to be, and she's charging $80 for it,
Man.
which I think is a deal.
Yeah, I might see if she wants to swap. She wants a tiny little robot.
Yeah, actually, while I have this stuff up, let me go ahead and show Sam's. Sam Cleggett is also doing a commission. And he's got a wild marker style that I really like. There we go.
Ooh, nice. So what's his commission? Just I'll draw you a robot?
Pretty much. I believe it's 5x7, and he's charging $100 for it. 5x8, excuse me.
Man,
And I'm
that's
sorry, I
cool.
thought these were markers, but it's watercolor. That is some vibrant watercolor.
Yeah. Well done, sir.
Yeah. You know what it actually kind of reminds me of is Shashwat's watercolor.
I can see that.
Yeah, we had a classmate named Shashwat who did amazing watercolor work that just was beautiful and vibrant. He was a very patient guy when it came to watercolors. I would have gotten
Yeah.
frustrated.
That's my downfall as well. I'm better than I used to be, but still not great. I'd say the weirdest thing about these little Sculpey things is it's actually really good for my carpal tunnel.
I could see that, like little hand strengthening stuff.
Exactly.
Also, did I know you had carpal tunnel? When did that happen?
Like a week before I told you I would do this anthology.
Oh, right. I remember now.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm an idiot. And then I promptly signed up to do 10 poetry illustrations, and yeah, I'm not the brightest bulb.
I mean, it's hard to stop.
It is. I said no, or I said yes out of habit.
I get that. You've been involved in all our anthologies. It's weird not to be.
Yeah, yours I definitely wanted to do. I probably should have said no to the 10 illustrations, but I didn't, so there.
Yeah. It is smart then that you've kind of swapped over to sculpture for commission.
When I changed how I changed my art style, which is weird.
How did you change it?
Well, I used to do hatching, like a lot of hatching, and that is very specifically bad for carpal tunnel. Bye, guys.
Me and Walls are gonna go.
That's a problem for cartoonists. So much more stuff involves hatching.
Yeah. It's been interesting. So that's why my comic is pencil and watercolor.
It ended up looking very vibrant, so it works.
Good. Yeah, I had been in the process of doing a bunch of ink and watercolors, so I had been getting better at scanning my watercolors. I have a nice S-curve set up for my watercolors now.
It has been fun getting back into watercolors for this.
I know Cost Pain is digital, right?
Yeah, and I've mostly been doing digital as a result. Like, when you've been doing a comic in one style for 7 years, it's kind of hard to switch.
What about Letters from the Devil?
Letters of the Devil started mostly traditional. I did the inks and the graphite shading, like that was all traditional. And then for the second book, I started doing the inks digital. And right towards the end of the second book, when I was doing some of the final, like, I had to do my artist portrait, and I didn't feel like doing the whole process, so I just decided to digitally do the gray part, and I realized how much easier it was. So the next one will probably be all digital.
Yeah, I know. That's what keeps happening to me, and I get really mad about it because I really like the physical, traditional, getting my hands dirty.
Yeah, and I want to do it more, and I hope to have projects at some point that I can do it with. I just haven't had one in a while.
I guess you could save it for, like, covers.
Yeah, and, like, illustrations and random things. Yeah. Oh, shouldn't erase that yet. I need to draw an extra leg. Talk about robot problems.
Have you tried doing robots that have non-human proportions for dance?
Oh, that is an excellent question. No, I have not, but I should.
Yeah.
Like, so far, like, honestly, one of the things I felt a little guilty about, screw it, it's digital, I'm gonna do a little cheat. But one of the things I've been feeling guilty about is I've mostly been like, it's robots, so obviously things could be different. I've been roughly keeping design-wise to gender norms, which is something I know a lot of people in dance are actually trying to move away from. But I think part of it is like trying to replicate the ballroom fashion for a lot of it is part of the fun for me. So I've been kind of keeping with it so far. That said, they're robots. They could be any gender.
Any gender, any shape.
Yep.
I have a challenge for you then when you're done with this one, if you want to do another one.
Sorry, go on.
Hello, Kelsey. I made myself a little random robot generator, description generator.
Ooh.
So I can give you a couple, or one or two random robots that you can do.
Yeah, definitely. Send that over to me. Or is it something that you just have to generate and tell me what's up?
So I learned Python, but I don't know how to do everything yet, including turning it into an actual application that other people can use. So I can generate it and send it to you.
Yeah. I'm gonna make the one in front a deep red. Actually, nope. I'm gonna try to make it a little bit watercolory and just, if I put it down, I'm a little committed. I'm gonna multiply those so we get the pencil underneath.
Multiply.
It is going to be nice that I'm not going to have to wait for stuff to dry.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, that's always devastating when you think it's dry, but it's not.
Yeah, you get that little bit of bleed, and you're like, no!
No, I've ruined everything. Try to fix it, make it worse.
Honestly, it's one of the things I like about working traditional is when something's happened, you just have to learn how to deal with it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care how good you get at digital, you're always going to end up in an undo cycle at least a couple times.
Yeah, I try to limit it to early in the process and like 5 for any one line.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna go with oh, that's a fun idea. I'm gonna go with like a deep copper, and then I'll make the hair like a greened copper, an oxidized
Ooh,
copper.
Yeah. That's what I was going for with this guy. I don't know if you can see.
Oh yeah, here. I'm actually gonna make you big for a second.
I don't know if the camera will show it. Oh, there he is. Yeah, he's kind of got the green oxidized thing going on.
That's always a cool thing to work in there.
Yeah, I love it. I love me some dirty robots.
I've learned to rely less on undo because of weird interactions between CSP and OBS.
What's
Huh,
OBS?
I haven't been using OBS for my art streams. I haven't come across that. Also, robot friend!
Yes. Everyone needs a robot friend.
Thank you for showing me yours because I realized I was going for way too dark a copper. Color correct. There we go. That should be good enough.
Oh, you can put yours back on.
Oh, thank you. Forgot I hadn't.
I gotta see your copper.
I also, like, the one thing I've done that you wouldn't have with normal people, and I've been putting it off, but I finally did it, is little grabby hands.
Nice.
Little claw grabby hands.
Oh, the little, like,
Yep. Like
Nice.
the clamps
Yeah.
from Futurama.
Yes. So I know I should, as much as there are shoulds in art, draw out my robot ideas before putting them to Sculpey, but I don't know. Can't make myself do it. I like think in the Sculpey.
I know what you mean. Like,
Yeah.
I had no idea what these robots were going to look like until I got going. I was I keep trying to get away from certain things I always do with robots.
Yeah.
Like there are certain tells I keep running into. Like I like to do the hinge jaw.
Yeah.
There's a very specific way I like to draw the upper arm of a robot, like a dual piston system. And it's tough because it's like, I know why I put that there. So it's hard for me not to keep doing it every time.
Oh, man.
So it's definitely fun kind of getting out of that way of thinking.
I have such warm hands. I like melt the Sculpey. It's both good and bad.
All right, let's see. I love that CSP has kind of blendy brushes.
Mhm.
So I can actually like pick a darker green and carefully get it in there so it looks like copper.
Yes. Let's see.
I'm going to go for a much darker thing for this little skirt bit. And it's bleeding everywhere. They designed their brushes too well.
That's very funny.
It's funny because, like, I don't do it for cost paint, but for a lot of my illustration projects now, I like to use a CSP brush instead of using the fill tool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll do it with
that.
a trapping layer. Not trapping, masking layer, yeah.
Yeah. I use a lot of masks. Maybe too many?
I'm going to also make the legs dark. Lower legs. Almost like she's got stockings.
Nice.
Oh, I just had a fun idea for that, actually. Get that finished. Make the shoes. A lot of gold shoes in Ballroom.
Oh, I need my
Like the
better.
default.
I'll be right back. I don't have my massive clippers.
As a reminder, while we wait for Angela to return, this is for Universal Flaws of Robotics, a comics anthology all about automata. Link is in the description and in the chat. And you can also get what we're doing as add-ons if you back one of the physical editions of the book. So keep an eye out for that. All right, that's not coming out quite right. So I'm going to stop trying to do that. I was thinking I could almost make like an etched pattern in there, like kind of like a mechanical crosshatch that would also make it kind of look like fishnet.
They have crosshatch brushes.
Yeah, but I'm trying to replicate the watercolor look, and I wouldn't have been able to do it in that anyway.
Oh, I see.
It would have been trying to go light to dark, or you know what I mean. Put light on top of dark. All right, let's figure out what his colors are going to be.
I have a massive toolbox full of Sculpey supplies.
Looking at my previous robots to figure out what I've done. Gold robot, light blue robot, dark blue robot, orange robot. I'm keeping it pretty the same. You're a green robot.
My color palettes, I keep going online and looking up other people's color palettes and adapting those to what I'm going to do. Because otherwise I'll just pick the same colors.
I'm gonna give the one in front kind of bright green eyes. I'll do what I did with actual things, where I put just a drop of white gouache in the middle of the eye so it would create natural shine.
Yeah. That white dot can just nail it.
Well, what was fun is I put it in on the ink thing while it was still a little wet, so it actually kind of like spread out and created texture.
Nice.
Yeah, it was cool. Sadly, it wasn't as visible as I thought it'd be in the final product. I probably should have used a little more.
That's the thing with watercolor.
Yep.
Freaking watercolor.
Yeah, it's a cruel mistress.
Yes. A robot with googly eye stickers.
Yeah, I was about to bring that up. I love it.
I'm very tired because I hung out with family for like 6 hours yesterday. So at first I couldn't figure out what in the world that could mean until I said it out loud.
I do love the idea of googly eye stickers being like, it's a robot with sensors but no actual face, so it had googly eye stickers put on it so it'd be less intimidating.
That's what we did to our little shark Roomba thing. Technically, he also has a mustache, but you can't see it because it's a shiny black flat sticker on a shiny black flat robot vacuum.
Yeah, I brought this up in a few streams, but the local BJ's Wholesale now has an inventory stocking robot, and it has a little digital face. Yeah, and makes like R2-D2 noises.
Oh no!
Yeah,
I can't tell if that's wonderful or terrifying.
I will say that its only job seems to be keeping track of inventory, which I think might be okay. It doesn't seem like it's really taken anybody's position.
Or it's similar to the library comic, taking positions that nobody wanted to do anyways.
Yeah, pretty much. I think that's part of where it came up. Sam's story, Marky's Night Out, is basically about a kind of upgraded version of one of those robots and causing some trouble for some punks. And I say punks in the actual like punk culture punk. That's a very fun story.
And then it is a very good one.
It's so hard not going to the eraser. Let's go with what did I just do? I cleared the layer. That was scary. That was the wrong button.
Jeez. One more benefit to traditional media.
True. That only happens if like a cat walks on it or something.
Yeah. And then you're straight back to the downside of traditional media. No undo.
Yep. We put googly eyes in our Keurig. I don't know if it's ever forgiven us because it ruins all cups of coffee now.
Oh no.
Anytime I go to it to make coffee, it just looks at me judgmentally.
Yeah, we always say our little robot Ivan is drunk. He just careens all over the place, trying to eat up all the dog leashes on the floor, and it makes no sense. And yet, it's a beloved part of the family.
Yeah. There's a running joke in my family where we say that the second worst gift my dad ever got my mom was a Roomba. The first worst gift he got my mom was another Roomba.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez.
He still jokes every year. Maybe I should get a third Roomba.
Are they all? Are they both running? Are they both set up?
No.
Oh, okay.
Like, it was not.
Roomba
My
War.
parents' place. My parents' place has a lot of random places where there are extra steps.
Oh.
Like, it was. It's a little hard to describe, but there's random. It's not like the entire first floor is flat.
Right.
They kept finding the Roomba like on its back, not able to do anything.
Help,
Fully
please.
turtled.
Oh man. Yeah, ours never went full turtle, but he definitely tried to eat things that he shouldn't have, and then he gets really mad about it.
But you're used to that. You have dogs.
Exactly. All the things that the Roomba tries to eat are brought in by the dog, or are for the dog. Rope toys. Leashes is a
Feels
bad
appropriate.
one.
So what is the current pet situation? Is it a single corgi still, or?
Yes, just the one corgi. We live on the same property, but not in the same house as my mom, and she has two dogs. One of them is an older dog, and one of them is 6 months younger than Wally. And they get along so well. It's great. They play each other out. We don't have to worry.
Oh, I hadn't saved this yet. That'd probably be good to
Oh,
do.
I hate it when I do that. Oh, I've been working on this for 2 hours. I guess I should have saved.
They're doing the stuff they're doing is based on Samba, so I'm calling them Sambot.
Nice.
It's the only dance pun that came to mind. All right, and I'll be a little cheaty and do this as a shading layer. Actually, first. Oh no! There we go. Would be a good backsplash for this.
Okay.
Thinking kind of nuclear lime green would be pretty cool. I'm actually doing this on the color layer to be more watercolory.
Man, brave.
By the way, if my audio changes suddenly, I just realized my Bluetooth headset's about to die.
Oh no.
Fortunately, I'm using a different mic, so it shouldn't change anything, but sound will start coming out of the computer. So if it sounds weird, let me know and I'll go get another headset. That goes for chat too. One of my pet peeves that I've come across as a streamer is when stuff's going wrong with my stream and there are people in the chat and nobody tells me because they assume I know.
You're like, no.
I had a game I streamed that was a lot of fun, and I didn't find out until the second session that something was wrong with the frame rate. Like it just had somehow gotten completely screwed up and was barely watchable.
Oh no.
I only found out because one of my friends said, "Hey, you're getting really choppy."
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what I forgot.
All right. All right. I'm just gonna pick a purple. I can do purple for shadow, even with watercolor. Shading is one of the more stressful steps with watercolor for me. Because it's like, I'm going to dump a different color of paint on top of all the other paint I already did.
Oof, yeah.
And theoretically, with like math and magic, it might not look awful.
Looking a little Iron Man.
Oh, with the coloration?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you mean. So I had a funny thing last night, actually. No, 2 nights ago, with when I did the live stream where I was doing sticker designs.
Mm-hmm.
I based one of the designs on Trinary, the comic I mentioned before.
Mm-hmm.
Trinary had a spot color to it, which was amber. It was kind of based on the amber of the original computer screens.
Mm-hmm.
And I did that again here, but I had a thing where the robot's face was bisected and one half was black with amber line art and the other half was amber with black line art.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't until I looked at the whole thing that I realized I designed Deathstroke from from DC Comics.
Oops.
I ended up basically turning the whole thing to green because that's also a common monitor thing.
Yeah, that very specific green.
Yeah. All right. The audio officially did that switch over thing, so let me know if anything sounds off.
I didn't even notice.
Cool. I was debating running and getting another headset. I'm like, screw it.
Yeah.
It's just a casual hangout stream.
Fortunately, because I also couldn't get my headset to work.
Yeah. It's nice that the pressure's a little bit off. We had 2 very good days on the Kickstarter.
Yeah, good. I've had 2 very busy days, so I haven't been able to keep up.
I haven't been able to check it during this thing, but we are spitting distance from 7,000.
Ooh, good.
That's a huge jump.
Hey, we're over 7,000.
Oh, nice.
We're at 7,007.
Somebody saw that number and was annoyed.
Yeah. It's close.
Whoever backed that, thank you very much.
Thank you.
We love you. We've been trying to get to 7,000 for a bit.
Let's see. I don't know if I can do what I'm doing. We'll find out.
What are you doing?
Putting this arm in, but I want it to go up and touch his eye. And I don't know if I can get it to stay. So we'll see. Gravity. What a terror.
The immortal words of Zach Brannigan. You win again, gravity. Like one question there.
Okay, let's see.
I think we're close to done here. I've been waffling back and forth on whether I should be inking these, but I really like pencil on water or watercolor on pencil.
Me too.
Yeah, I think that's good. It just needs the thing everyone should be putting on every single thing they draw.
Yas.
Here we go. Whoop. Did that thing. It did it again. Have you been having Clip Studio do that?
Yeah.
It drives me crazy.
Are you drawing on Huizon?
Huion, yeah.
Huion, right. So it's a screen that you draw, like, on.
But it's not touch sensitive, so I have no idea what's causing that to happen.
Are you on Windows?
Yeah, Windows.
Are you on 11?
Yeah, I'm on Windows 11. You think that's a problem?
It might be. That's where I've noticed it, is on my Windows 11 laptop.
It did start happening when I switched laptops, so it's something I usually... The problem is when I don't catch it. Sometimes that happens.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
No, it's funny. We had like I said, we had a very good day yesterday, and was talking to my mom today, and she'd upped her pledge because she liked the stickers I put out there. She's like, "Oh, I'm buying sticker packs," which you can also do as an add-on. But she was like, "You do know, like, that's probably part of where you got a boost." I'm like, "Mom, we got like $800 yesterday."
Nice. That's a lot of stickers.
Yeah, it's like, it wasn't just you. Thank you for backing more, though. I talked about those. I finished my little bit of art, so might as well show off that in case people want to do the stickers. You also just dropped some stickers in the chat, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah.
It's 2 versions of the same thing, though.
Well,
I guess we could have a poll, see which one to do.
While we're figuring that out, I'll give you a full screen for a bit. I mean, we can just do both. We did run into an interesting problem that got a very good solution, in that the printer we used for What the Gnomes Know is unfortunately shutting down.
Oh.
For the stickers specifically.
Oh, right.
Sorry, I should have clarified that.
I was like, whoa.
Nope. Mix them still around. They're still great. We're not using them for this one, but we'll probably use them again in the future because we love them.
Yeah.
But no, there's a local Columbus printer that had a great deal on the stickers for us, and unfortunately, they've announced in the last week or so that they're going to be shutting their doors and aren't taking any more orders. So I was immediately like, okay, where can I find stickers that will match the price we set out?
Right.
And I got introduced to a new printer, or one I hadn't worked with before, Vogue Grace, or I don't know how you pronounce it. That's going to be even cheaper, it turns out. So we'll survive.
Oh, great.
But
more stickers.
It was an interesting moment. The thing that was weird about it was they didn't have any, like most sticker printers, like you have to buy in volume, but they only want you to do volume pricing with single designs. So we'd have to get 100 of each sticker to get reasonable price. And stickers sell pretty good, but I don't want to be doing that because we're going to have like probably a couple dozen stickers.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Part of what got Vogue Grace on my radar, by the way, thank you, Kelsey. You were the one who recommended them. But they can do multiple designs and wrap that all together. So let this be a lesson to other printers. Please do that. It's so much easier for us.
Oh, God. Those poor little guys.
The one shutting down?
Everybody,
yeah. All right, here we go.
All right, we'll see if this works.
Vogue Grace is the best because of that. Oh, you can see my face. No, go away.
Face! Okay, Okay, as long as you can't see the room I'm in, we're all good.
I'm gonna move you for just a second. Oh no! What did I do? Everything is fine. Nothing is ruined. Here we go. I'll just. So this is a custom thing I set up, which is part of the problem. There we go. But yeah, first up we have 100% AI-free art, which was ironically drawn digitally and shows a robot painting comics traditionally.
That's pretty
So
great.
on multiple layers, it's strange. And the trinary influenced one that I made green.
Ah, yes.
I also find it very funny having zeros on one side and ones on the other, which I like computer code would that's just be a really weird number.
Yes.
All right. Now we'll show off the ones you did. Good. Did you do the finger stretches?
Oh, that's just how I think. I guess
Okay.
that's good. Gotta do your finger stretches.
Yeah, for a while, my trick for strengthening my hands was card tricks.
Oh,
Yeah, like I got into close-up magic and stuff like that for a little bit. And one of the big things I realized is my hands hurt less if I was doing all these shuffling tricks because it was stretching all these muscles.
right. So weird. Hands are weird. I actually went to an occupational therapist and it was fascinating.
Did they tell you stop?
No, that's the nice thing about at least modern physical and occupational therapists. They're like, we're going to do everything we can to get you back into doing what you were doing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Maybe with some slight modifications to how you do it, but not what you do. Oh no, your hand fell off. There you go.
I remember first year at CCS, they brought in that hand masseur.
Oh yeah.
And I was one of the lucky ones that actually got one of the things that they basically did it by lottery because
Yeah,
too many of us
everybody
would have wanted
wanted
it. But I was one of the ones who got it. And the thing is, like, first year at Center for Cartoon Studies, we call comic boot camp because you draw a lot.
A lot.
That you have so many projects you do and you're kind of just burning through it. And I was actually like, man, my forearm feels so ridiculously strong right now. Lots of jokes there, but it was because of drawing. And what ended up, I went to this masseur and he massaged my forearm and the entire thing became a noodle.
Oh geez.
And I realized, oh, that wasn't muscle. That
Yeah,
was strain on my arm.
One big knot.
Yep.
Yep, that's one of the things I've been doing is this muscle here, putting
Yeah.
CBD stuff on it and massaging it in just to get it to calm down.
CBD helps topically?
Oh yeah. It is my go-to for a sore muscle.
I'm just gonna let my face be seen, whatever. Anyway,
Sore muscles.
talking of sore muscles. I like the pipe limbs. I also question how walking works.
Right? That was the first one I did.
Stretching
Yes.
your hands is important, kids. I had to learn to stretch my wrist more because of a wrist injury back in 2013. Yeah, and nothing will teach you to stretch like an injury.
Yeah.
I thought you said yoga was different. Another yoga bot.
Yep.
It's
I couldn't
Very
decide which one I liked better, which one I thought was funnier. The one with overly bendy limbs or the one with stiff limbs but bendy joints.
I like the idea that either of these could be built. Like, not as a full robot, but like I could see a kid with like, oh, what were those connector toys called that were just like sticks and joints?
Connects?
Yeah. I think both could work. We could do stickers of both.
Yeah, I'm good either way.
Yeah.
They were both fun to draw. I was sitting in a parking lot being bored.
Mom also played volleyball, so she taught me some hand stretches from that. Good place to do it also. Yeah, I remember the first time I ever put on a wrist brace. That was a funny moment.
Oof.
That moment where you realize, oh, I've been in pain this whole time and I didn't know it.
Oh
This
man,
is what not
I
being
knew
in pain
it.
is like.
At one point, I was sleeping with a wrist brace on each arm.
Yeah. Sleeping in a wrist brace every once in a while, great thing.
Yeah, I think I need to do that soon.
I remember, like, I am very much in the camp that if you draw for a living, you should at least have one wrist brace for your movement hand. It's just a good thing to have. And I remember, I won't call him out completely, but someone from our class, at one point I brought this up and was like, no, just take painkillers. I think they said, what was it? Tylenol, probably. Like, not something crazy, but they were like, you don't need a wrist brace, just use get painkillers.
How old were they?
Young.
Yeah. Back when that works. It'll bite you in the ass later. Hey, Wally.
Yeah,
Can you hear my dog?
I can.
Do you want me to make him shut up?
I mean, it doesn't bother me.
Okay.
You'll probably need to pay dog tax before the end of this, though. You know, since I finished drawing this, actually, I should do one more plug, and then maybe I'll switch over and work on another sticker. Actually, I could probably turn the dancing robots into a sticker. No, not what I meant to do.
Oops.
But yeah, before we get into all of that, a reminder that we are doing this as to spotlight some of the commissions we're offering for Universal Flaws of Robotics. We're just scrolling across the bottom of the screen. In addition to these lovely little figures that Angela is putting together, which you can get on for your own for, I actually don't have it up right now, $125?
Yes.
$125, yes. Or a watercolor illustration of two robots dancing like I was showing before, which you can get for $200. We also have offerings from Sam Cleggett and his amazing watercolor robot. I still can't believe this is watercolor. I really thought it was markers because of how bright it was. For a good way to have both up at the same time. These are being offered for $100. And from Kelly Swan, we have, all right, I'm just gonna do this the lazy way. Somewhere behind this one. What stuff can you see on my computer that you shouldn't? Hi, John Doe. There we go. For only $40, which honestly, talk about a steal.
Yeah.
You can get one of your pets, or you, drawn as a cyborg robot by Kelly Swan. Sam did some great watercolors. Yes, indeed. And also Pupper.
Pupper is somewhere shouting at the world.
Yeah. Honestly, Kelly's makes me really happy.
Yeah, I really like that.
I feel like we've done one interview with Kelly for What the Gnomes Know, and I unfortunately just because like she's got a busy family life, hasn't had a big chance to speak out with the community. But Angela and I both know Kelly, and her work is awesome.
Yes, Kelly is awesome. Her work is awesome.
Yeah, she's the one who got me interested in working with ballpoint.
Oh yeah, man, she kills it at ballpoint.
There are so many sketches she's done that I was like, oh, is that pencil? I was like, no, ballpoint. And it just captures that roughness, but is at the same time like the cleanest thing you've ever seen.
Yes. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah. She's incredibly technical, does a lot of interesting historical fiction war stories, and absolutely kills it. You might recognize some of the people she draws because they are drummers.
Yep, she loves drummers and drumming.
But yeah, when we brought up the idea of commissions, she's like, I could draw your dog as a robot. And we're like, that's perfect.
Yes, please.
All right, I am going to bring back up the window with Clip Studio. And start designing a sticker. Because why not? We got time. Unless you got somewhere to be.
Nope.
Pretty much just go until we're both sick of each other.
I can generate you a robot minion.
Oh, yeah, 100% do that.
G3QXPB35Z is, in overall shape, an extra-large pie slice. It's made of silver with braided wiring and runs on solar wind power. Its eyes are goggles and is designed in a modest style. Its main color is salmon with highlights of indigo.
All right, I'm going to need you to give me all that again because I just got up a notepad to write that down.
I should be able to message it to you.
That would be even better.
I figured out how to save to a file from my weird little Python thing. I put it in the private chat.
And its name looks like a hex code, which is great.
Oh, yeah. It's supposed to be a random set of uppercase and lowercase and numbers between like 3 and 9 characters long.
Modest style. Salmon with highlights of indigo over silver. See, what's really funny to me, the extra large pie slice.
Yeah.
My immediate thought, there's this local pizza chain in Columbus called Mikey's Late Night Slice. And its mascot is kind of a horrifying pizza slice with body hair.
Oh, no.
I will say, it's probably my favorite pizza place in Columbus. But
wow.
Every time I see that, I'm like, ooh.
I love and hate that.
Yeah. No, there's a very punk aesthetic to it. It's fun. But all right. Getting more cheese wheels, but there. Now it's more like a pie slice.
Nice. Yeah, in the end, I hope to, one, be able to put this like on my website or something, but two, have it kind of generate some of the imagery that it calls up. So when it says extra large pie slice, you would get to see the extra large pie slice.
Yeah. What it kind of it's funny. There's something I've also been putting together a little bit. It wasn't ready for the Kickstarter, but are you familiar with one-page RPGs?
Vaguely, yeah.
For anyone who doesn't know, one-page RPGs are literally things like Dungeons and Dragons or other role-playing games like that, but all the rules have been condensed to a single page.
Yes, I've done one. I've played one. That's very.
You know
fun.
which one you played?
It's called 6x6.
But yeah, the concept behind this one is you're a bunch of robot archaeologists trying to explore an ancient ruin of the humans. But the thing that was fun about it is you basically could pick what each of your your body and each of your limbs were and what was built into them, and could theoretically random roll it too if you wanted, just to build a crazy robot.
Nice. This is something you're making?
Yeah. I was
Awesome.
I've done a first draft of it. It needs a lot more work, but it is something that hopefully down the road we can start putting out there, because I like the idea of doing more of these.
Yeah, I've got one right now. It's not one page. It's actually ridiculously long. Dang it. But it's you play as a dog at a dog park.
Ooh, fun.
And you just kind of explore this little map.
Kelsey throws out, I love one-page RPGs. Not surprising. Kelsey has actually been also writing, it's not one page, but an RPG that has come up on a few things. Toby Beans and Broomsticks about cat witches. I got that name right? Correct me in the chat if I got that wrong, Kelsey. All right. As much as I can remember at the moment. What else is in the description?
And that was just the basic. I also have one that includes like their favorite food or beverage or whatever it was, and their favorite music, their favorite books.
Yes, it's a game of cat witches, crow witches, owl wizards, and dog warlocks.
Ah, so good.
Yeah.
We'll have to swap games for feedback.
Absolutely. Like, I wanted to get a little bit farther, but I definitely am going to need some of you guys in the group to help me as playtesters once we get a little bit more down the road. We might do a live stream of it. Like, one of the early things we did with Less Than Secret was a cryptid-themed D&D game, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Kelsey, Rainer, Ariane and I had all basically went Yeti hunting.
Right. Man, I have so many games that I've started making, and just I get to a point where I'm like, I don't know what to do with this.
Yeah. That's why it's nice when you can actually work off of a game that someone previously has built.
Oh, that's what I did. I started the dog discovery. It's almost to the point that I could just publish it. But that one's based off the idea of 6x6, but it's much bigger. And then I made a kind of a Sasquatch tracker game based off of cribbage. But the board is a bandana, and I guess I could run a very small crowdfunder for that. I don't know.
Well, you need help with it, let us know.
Yeah. Because that one is also almost done. I should have you guys test run it. Have you ever played cribbage?
I actually don't think I have.
Ah. It's fun. Not solo, though.
I'm always down to try new games.
Yeah, there's a similar, it's a bandana-based game that's about Bellingham, which is the town I live in. I haven't played it, but I am very curious about it.
I will say the thing that would make me most curious about that is I have family from Bellingham, and I'd want to give them the game and see what they thought.
Yeah. It's the first spelling, Kelly or Kelsey.
Cribbage?
Yes.
Cribbage?
Cribbage.
Cribbage. Okay. I've only just created him, but I've only just created them, but I would die for them. Oh, it said her?
No, it.
It.
Yeah. No genders on the robes.
Gotcha. I have only just created it, but I would die for it.
Yeah, that is super cute.
Now, I still haven't done the braided wire part.
I mean, it's just a prompt.
Yeah.
You could change the arm to braided wire. Not going to be fun to draw, though.
Yeah, that's sort of what I was thinking. It's that, like, it's hard not to make it less cute. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's getting to the point where if I do more detail, it might be a problem.
Yeah, it is very cute.
Of this robot.
Yes. I find myself using the crazy brushes available in Clip Studio more and more.
I'm going to do very thick outer line or line work on them. Make it almost blocky.
Yeah. You're gonna have to do a children's story with this guy.
I'm down. I have several people I've been like, write me a children's story. I'm bad at it. And they're like, okay, someday. And they don't do it.
Yeah. Didn't we have to do a kid's book for CCS?
Yeah, we had to do a dummy for it.
Yeah.
I did one about a grandfather explaining he was going to die someday.
I mean, some of the best kids books I've read are just gut-wrenching.
I still like that idea a lot, but also I'm like, part of the other thing is I didn't know very many kids. I know more now. And
right.
I've kind of realized more, okay, I don't know what I'm doing yet.
Yeah, if you want a gut-wrenching children's book, like picture book, I think it's called Heart in a Bottle.
Aw, I already like it.
I read it in the Schultz library and like almost started crying on the spot. It was very good.
When did we have to do that project? That was first year, wasn't it?
Had to be first year.
You know, that's probably one of the other reasons. That's probably one of the other reasons I didn't go forward more with that book, because the grandfather that was based on died in my second year.
Oh God, yeah, that'd do it.
That'll do it.
God,
I'm like, oh, there you go.
Life, screw you.
Life, screw you. That's right.
That's the robot sticker I should draw.
Life, screw you.
Yeah.
I like it. It makes me think of the first episode of Futurama, where he meets Bender going into a suicide machine.
Oh, yeah.
And afterwards, when it doesn't work, Bender's like, well, I got nothing else to do today.
Oh, that show's nuts. Maybe that's what I'll watch next. I always need a show that I've watched already so that I can have it on while I'm doing things.
I know what you mean. My comfort show during working on this Kickstarter, because Kickstarters are stressful,
Oh yeah.
has been rewatching Ted Lasso again.
Oh okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think
Have
I've
you
seen
seen
that
it?
start to finish. I've seen part of it.
Yeah.
It was very good.
Ted Lasso is one of those shows that I recommend to everybody, but I also say, no, really. I know it seems like the type of show you wouldn't normally watch. There is no way for me to describe this so it would sound like a show you normally watch. You should watch it.
Oh my god! I was just reading about the children's book that Kelsey found.
Oh, there was a children's book in the local author section at a coffee shop in town, and the book was about explaining traumatic brain injuries to children, called something like "Why Daddy Has a Headache."
That's hilarious and such a useful, yeah.
So, one of the only jokes that I truly love from Family Guy is related to kids' books.
Mm-hmm.
There's a thing about potty training Stewie, where he goes into a bookstore and says, "I'm looking for a book about potty training." It's like, well, there's Everybody Poops. And it's like, I'm not so sure. It's like, well, there's its less popular sequel, Nobody Poops But You.
That is good.
I don't know why I love that joke so much, but it gets me every time.
It's very funny because that's how everybody feels. Nobody poops but me.
Like, if I MC Eshered this. Hold on. But yeah,
You MC Eshered it.
I did. The claw made no sense. It was recursive.
Nice.
There we go.
Oh yeah, I'll have to add MC Escher as one of the styles. That's great. So I have these huge Excel or CSV lists of attributes for the robots. So I'll have to add MC Escher in there.
Why Daddy Has a Headache is a truly amazing concept.
There was another one I read. Mr. Egghead Has a Hammer?
Yep, that's a good robot.
That's very cute.
Now to color them.
Oh yeah, that'll be interesting. Silver, salmon, and indigo.
Oh, it gave me colors, right.
Yeah. Mr. Noggin Body gets a hammer.
Mr. Noggin Body?
This book is so good. Mr. Noggin Body gets a hammer by David Shannon. So good.
Makes me very happy.
I mean, just his face is great.
Colors,
There's a few different Mr. Noggin Bodies too. Or Noggin Body books.
All right. That's salmon, right?
Yeah,
That's pretty salmon.
we're close enough.
Love that robot. Make it iridescent to get those colors in. Make the core body that. Looks kind of like a pumpkin pie now.
Didn't specify what kind of pie.
It's true. Before you mentioned the colors, I was about to make a key lime.
That was my grandpa's favorite.
It's my favorite.
Ew.
I seem to remember you don't like it.
I do not. Good memory.
I have a good memory for very weird specific things.
Well, I have very strong opinions on food, so it's often quite memorable to people.
Yeah, your default for anything that you disagree with is weird.
Yeah. There we go.
I love the little turbine mouth.
Yes.
I like the idea that anytime he talks, the turbine starts spinning.
Yes. Oh, that would give you some good comic ideas. He starts shouting and people start getting blown back in the wind or sucked into his face.
I was about to say, I just imagined a bird flying into his mouth and he's like spitting. Oh, it's stupid and funny.
It's great. Right, I expect this robot to show up in costume.
Pin cushions driving inside him.
One of the power sources I put in the list was a hamster wheel.
Ooh, excellent. Yeah, I was about to say that cosplay might be slightly too realistic to introduce a robot, but if you've been reading it lately, it's not that realistic.
Yeah, you've made it able to welcome a robot.
If I can make MP's mom look like that, I can do anything in this comic.
Anything is possible.
My mom was quite displeased when she read that comic. She did the good mom thing of checking in with me on how the Kickstarter was going and making sure I was doing okay before going into, I hate how you drew her mom.
Fix it.
If you don't know what we're talking about, by the way, go check out cosplayandcomic.com. I'm not going to go into details on the stream. Let's see.
This is one of my favorite Sculpey tools. I don't know where I got it. It's just this weird wire brush.
Wait, can I see it?
Maybe.
Huh. Yeah, I'm not sure what that would be for. When you said
Yeah, I don't
wire
know.
brush, my first thought was actually a dance shoe thing.
Oh.
Suede dance shoes come with a like really rough brush. It's basically a bunch of wire hooks on the end of it.
Oh.
Kind of lets you tear up the bottom so it can grip the floor better.
Why? Oh, you mean like suede soled?
Suede soles, yeah.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah, a lot of dance shoes use those because they grip the floor well.
Get off my finger.
We always joked you could kill somebody with them. With the brushes because they were so sharp.
Oh man, you got yourself a murder mystery.
Yeah.
I have a murder mystery generator too.
I'm trying to come up with a good like pun title for the mystery. Suede side. No, that's not good. That's not even good enough for a bad mystery name.
Dying on your blue suede shoes.
Blue suede clues.
Blue suede clues. That's pretty good.
I still think the best of those I ever came up with. There was a random photo that got taken of when my cousin was chilling by the lake, and it just has a picture of her legs next to a skein of yarn. And it looks like a murder mystery cover, like there's a body just barely out of sight. I call it the skein of the crime.
Oh man, that might be a book.
It probably
There are
is.
so many. Oh man, Kelsey's got some good ones.
Oh
no.
Let's see them.
Oh no.
The sole defendant, sole perpetrator, tap dancing in death. That's a good one.
I think you have a series.
Yeah. A ballroom dancing murder mystery. Playing taps. That's a joke.
Yeah. All right, well, I know who I'm contacting when I need my help with my murder mystery titles.
Yes. Oh, wait, is there another one?
Yep.
10.5 inches of murder. There is a terrible joke there. This blue was a mistake. A hue shifted.
Problem with dogs and Sculpey. Sculpey has dog hairs in it.
Huh. I feel like he needs a really bad catchphrase.
Your pizza bot?
Yeah. It should just have something just awful. While I think about that, I'm going to add some shading.
What do you think this bot's job is?
That'd be another good thing for your random generator, by the way.
I think it is in the extended one. Yes. So if you want one, the one I just generated, it's witty but fears paper and can't stop being messy. It loves food but secretly loves nothing more. It likes to drink lager, read journals, and listen to garage. Its favorite hobby is chess, and it works as a fish and game warden.
Fish and game warden.
Yes.
That's a challenge.
Nanny? That's the next one.
Yeah, look at these diaper changing hands.
Oh yeah, that'd be a quick diaper change.
You only need it changed once. All right. The visor's glowy, so I'm not gonna. And it's reminding me that I didn't save it before.
Yeah. That's looking really good.
Now its name should obviously be that awful string of characters. So
Oh yeah.
my computer will think it's a virus.
Nickname is 57, 357.
Well, it's 35Z, right?
At the end, yeah.
Yeah, 35Z. The Z stands for ZA.
35's
All right, I'm going to do one more little stupid joke on him.
Control key lime pie.
Dang it, Kelsey, that's the joke I was going to make.
That's great.
Gumshoe Science Nick. I do this job for the halibut. Always excellent. Control key lime pie.
That's a
The
good
robot's
one.
name. Yeah, but I was literally going to do just on his body. But even seeing that rough one, I don't think it'll look right. All right, instead of shrinking him, I'm just going to make the canvas bigger so I can add some text around him. Maybe just leave him like that. Call him Piebot.
I mean, he's super cute as is.
Yeah, I might just leave him.
Oop.
All right. Yep, I think he's done. Well, I've been productive tonight.
Yeah, you have. Jeez.
I'm looking at the clock. We've been going for an hour and 45 minutes.
Nice.
Yeah.
And
How are
I
yours
haven't
going?
finished one, but he's coming along. He's a little terracotta pot robot.
We're going to go full screen with you for a while. Oh, no, not full screen with me.
Haha,
There we go.
you! There's his eye. Got one flower. I don't know what to do with this one long arm, but I'll figure something out. Yeah.
Delightful.
And a bunch of bass string.
I know I said it before. It really makes me happy you're doing a physical media thing.
Awesome.
Sculpture freaks me out a little bit. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, I dig it. Check out this guy.
Yes. It is definitely different when you're like molding clay or things like that. I'm more thinking of like carving.
Oh,
Carving,
yeah.
because it's so permanent.
Yeah, I mean, I've done like lino cut, but carving wood and stuff, I am
Yeah.
partly I'm too clumsy. Cut myself.
I feel like part of it for me really is it's so opposite of doing drawing, where you're adding stuff to it, not taking away.
Right. You should try scratchboard, because that is it's kind of mind twisty because you're taking away rather than adding.
Yeah.
It can be very fun. Oh, cool. Sounds like we'll need Kelsey if you're gonna get into woodworking.
Miss woodworking. Sometimes I used to build my own canvases and jewelry boxes. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm not a big woodworker, which is too bad because we have like a whole woodworking like barn on my property that I just don't use.
Now, if I had time, I think the big thing I'd want to do is build cosplay props.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. For a while, I was big into that, and then I started doing comics more, and, you know, you only have so much creative time.
Yep. Oh, I know that. I have not been succeeding at picking something to stick with. If you can't tell.
Well, that's one of the things that I think comes with being a cartoonist. You end up wearing a lot of hats. Trying.
Yeah, that's one of the nice parts.
Yeah. I remember I've had disagreements with my dad on this before, because my dad is a doctor, big STEM guy, and in his field of expertise, you specialize.
Yep.
Like, you pick something and you get very, very good at it. And I've talked about the fact that, like, I want to, at some point, learn more about doing oil painting. And that's one of those things that I don't want to just do. I want to take a class about it because there's so much involved in oil painting.
Oh, yeah.
But he's always like, you're never going to make a comic with oil painting. Why are you doing that? And I'm like, because even just knowing how oil paint works will help every other thing I do.
I mean, yeah, even as a doctor, it's not like, I mean, this is what they do. They often will learn everything there is to know about the foot, but then be completely clueless with the ankle.
Yeah.
But yeah, that doesn't work right.
One of the things he always liked to talk about also is he has a lot of admiration for medical illustrators. Because he always says that the illustrators know anatomy better than the doctors.
Oh, yeah.
Bill Watterson didn't limit himself to one style, even in Calvin and Hobbes. Very true. There was a guy who played around. There's a guy who just got bored and was like, you know what? It's a cubist one.
And he always nailed it.
Often at the expense of the rest of the Sunday page, but honestly worth it. I remember talking about this in another one of the interviews, but I remember growing up with Calvin and Hobbes in the newspaper, and how every Sunday for a little while, the entire layout of the Sunday page would change based on what Calvin and Hobbes did.
Really?
Yeah, because like they had to give him extra space that they weren't originally going to give him, which meant reconfiguring all the other comics.
Yeah, man, he had power.
Shel Silverstein made poetry, cartoons, smutty and otherwise, and posed for album art. He cannot be boxed in.
Yeah, Shel Silverstein was cool.
Yeah, there are a lot. I feel like a lot of artists do that. Cartoonists need hobbies both to decompress and enrich their own cartooning.
You'd be surprised what weird thing enriches your cartooning.
I know, for me, probably the biggest thing is D&D. It's done so much for my cartooning.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, great storytelling material.
One of the other things I've been working on lately is kinetic novels, or whatever you want to call them, visual novels in Ren'Py. That has been very fun.
I'm familiar with visual novels, but Ren'Py specifically, no.
Ren'Py is just a tool for making them. It's you don't have to know any coding to make games through.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, you can. That's why I was learning Python.
Yeah.
Because it's in Python, so I wanted to make something more complex. But
Kelsey throws, I think for me it's making RPGs, sewing, knitting, and crochet. Making stuff with my hands.
yes,
Oh, Ren'Py was used to make Doki Doki Literature Club, is that right?
I think so. Yeah,
Oh, dang. That's an amazing one.
yeah. I mean, it's just a good starting place. It's got
Yeah.
everything you need.
I've messed around a bit with RPG Maker to do similar stuff. I have a few games I really want to do with that. There's a big thing I've done with my game streams, which I usually do on Tuesdays, but I've kind of taken a break because of this.
Yeah.
But yeah, exactly. And I'm streaming for a lot of it, so it's like it's not like my channel's not getting used.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of indie horror games that are made using RPGs and visual novels and stuff like that. And they're really good.
Ugh. I don't know if you remember, I am not horror.
Yeah.
Which is weird because there's a lot of things I really like about horror. I'm just also a giant chicken.
I get that. Ian Klesch, who's also in the group, has recently gone down a big horror rabbit hole, and he and I have become movie watching buddies.
Oh.
It's honestly a lot of fun. He's a big fan of found footage horror stuff, which is a
I'm
weird
trying to
genre.
read House of Leaves.
I've never read it, but it's been on my list forever.
I started it and then got busy. But man, so far it was very good. Very, scary but good. Not. Yeah, I don't know how to describe it.
I don't know if you've checked it out, but there's actually a companion album by Poe. So the artist Poe is actually the author of House of Leaves' sister.
Oh, okay.
And she did an entire album that is sort of a concept album meant to be listened to alongside the book.
Oh God, I don't know if I could do it. Scary enough as it is. Like, a lot of it is. Yeah, it's so the house, like, isn't measurable. That's one of the weird things.
Yeah.
Nothing's in the right place. Well, we just bought my mom's old place, and we've been, looking for studs and putting things up. I can't read House of Leaves now because that's what this house feels like. I'll be like, there should be a stud somewhere in this wall.
Yeah.
And I can't, or why does this stud stop halfway down?
There is a funny thing with, for me, the funny story for House of Leaves, because I think I want to say that came out while I was in undergrad. I just know a bunch of people I knew started reading it in undergrad. And I remember there was a situation where we were on a trip, and then we left one of my more excitable friends who was reading the book while we had to go for a few hours to return a school vehicle and then come back to where we were staying. But the whole time, he was just sitting there reading this book. And I know one of the little things in the book is... I don't know if this is a spoiler or not. Is that an issue?
Not for me.
Okay. My understanding is that there's a lot of visual cues within the text, as you're going through the book. There's a spot on the pages that gets bigger and bigger and of just blank where there's no letters.
Yeah, I haven't gotten far enough. I've flipped through and I've seen some of the stuff that they do. It gets pretty wild. And I got there's 3 different editions. And the one I have is a color. So I think it's 3 different words that are each a different color every single time it's in the book.
That kind of stuff's awesome. But anyway, I knew that specific thing was one of the things in there. And so we get back, it's been several hours, it's 2 a.m. We're getting into the hotel room, and as we reach for the knob, the door flies open, and our friend standing there without his glasses, manic look on his face, just goes, "There's a hole in this book!" And then he fell over.
Oh my God. Oh no. That's not making me want to get back into reading it.
Making me want to read it more.
I am such a chicken.
Did you read Junji Ito when that became a thing?
I did. Yeah, I was one of in the first wave when we were at CCS doing that.
I was very proud because when I was at CCS, I didn't know any of the names anyone was referencing when talking about indie people, but I brought Junji Ito to the school. I was patient zero for our year.
Yeah, that was amazing. I can do better with horror comics because they don't move.
Yeah.
It's the moving that gets me.
Oh man. Now I want to make a horror comic that has one of those multiple line illusions in the background that makes the illusion of movement when you're staring at it. You know what I'm talking about? That'd be so good in a horror comic.
It really would. I mean, that's almost what is in Uzumaki.
Yeah. Is a literal collection of nightmares, and you're expected to beat the shit out of your copy when you're done with it.
Ay, ay, ay.
Oh.
Scorched Atlas.
I got this out of order. Scorched Atlas, one book you described as, I love this book, it's awful, don't read it. That's such a good way to put it. Also, you want to see house construction gone wrong? Watch Jenna Phipps tearing down her house to rebuild it. I'm finding so many things wrong with this house.
Yeah, we got a stud finder / hotspot finder.
Yeah.
And it said that the entire east wall of my office, which used to be my bedroom, was hot. We were like, well, it's not possible. There's one light switch on this whole wall. So we just went with it, and it went fine.
Ren'Py was used to make Doki Doki Literature Club. That's really interesting.
It's a very versatile program if you know what you're doing.
Yeah. Do you know that game by any chance?
Yes, Abe played it and loved it.
Okay. I was about to say, I don't want to go too much into it in case anyone who happens to see this video knows anything about it. But what I've wanted to do for a while is do a stream of it and make Ian play it. Because Ian doesn't know anything about it. And it's like, I know it's been years and like the thing's passed, but it being that long and not knowing anything about Doki Doki Literature Club, that could be a lot of fun.
I got Hatoful Boyfriend, and I started and never finished that.
So I have a fun story about that game.
Oh.
That is a game that I was playing through with my friend Trixie, where we basically just hang out, drink, and just do voices for all the characters. And it got very goofy and funny.
Oh, I bet. There it goes.
Like, I think we had... I mean, you've played the game. You know it's weird.
Yes.
We went places. We went additional places with it. We decided the guy in the library was a twihard.
Was a what?
Serious, like the only books he was reading in the library were Twilight.
Oh, nice. A friend of mine kept reporting back on the weirdest romance novels that they were finding at the library.
Yeah.
There's some wild stuff.
Oh, yeah. Like romance novels, that is an interesting genre.
Yes. I'm really curious about it, but I also have basically no interest in reading any of it.
Yeah, I get that.
It's just not my thing.
There was one of the fun character things that came up with my longest running D&D campaign. The character I was playing was sort of the fighter with a past, little bit of a Batman attitude. You know what I mean? Like that just super dark, gritty thing. And in game, we came up with the fact that he actually really loved romance novels.
That's
the shittier,
cute.
the better. Yeah.
I've been watching Columbo. Sadly, I just finished Columbo again. And in the last season, he talks about his nephew, who's really, or I guess it's just the last episode, his nephew who is really into both weightlifting and cross-stitch.
You know, that's a great visual. Just someone with giant arms trying to do a little bit of cross-stitch.
Yes.
Chat's going off. Let me tell you about the Angel War Fangs. A Viking vampire angel fights vampires, devils disguised as Al-Qaeda recruiting at a Montana dude ranch.
Whoa.
And that's before the time travel.
Wow. That's a lot. There's a lot
know-
going on there.
One thing I will very much say for this style of writing, that is a great name for anything. Like, they know how to make that happen. I remember a particularly goofy convention I went to. This is before I was tabling. I was there as an attendee, but we're staying with multiple people in the room, and ended up going down. He was brand new at the time, but a Chuck Tingle rabbit hole. Are you familiar with this guy?
No.
He's done a lot of queer romance stuff.
Uh-huh.
And his most famous work is titled Pounded in the Butt by My Own Butt. That tells you everything you need to know about Chuck Tingle.
Wow.
Let's see. Sarah Hill was the author of The Angel Wore Fangs, and also some love for Chuck Tingle.
That's great.
At some point, I'm not going to go any deeper into it because we don't want the stream to be we want the stream to be PG-13. Just look up the name Chuck Tingle. Look at some of those covers. You'll be happy you did. The names are ridiculous.
I'm definitely doing that later today.
Yeah, definitely one of those creators where I'm glad that they exist. I don't need to read any of their stuff. I'm just glad they exist.
Yes. A good force in the universe.
It's hypnotic watching this flower thing come together. Is that the base wire you're using for the arm?
Yeah.
Nice.
Let's see. I just pull his arm out? No.
I want to let everyone watching know we've been going for about 2 hours, and this entire time Angela has been working on this one robot, and you can get one of them for the surprisingly affordable $125. That's quality.
Oh, they're so fun to make too.
Yeah. I also like this angle we've got set up.
Yeah, it's not ideal, but
Yeah. No, I've done similar things before. I just decided not to because it's a pain.
yeah. I got this light arm. So there's a ring light that has a hole. It works pretty well. And I could tilt it, but then it would be in front of me. That just seems worse. Sort of like stipple. I don't know if I can get it to focus. Oh, there it goes. So it kind of looks like moss.
Oh, yeah, that's really cool.
Just keep going.
I like that you do nature robots.
I love nature robots.
You and Kelsey, nature robots.
Yeah, they're the best.
I do like the idea of a wind-powered robot.
Yes.
It's super hyperactive, running around all the time. If I stop moving, I die.
Like a shark. I don't know if that's real or not, but
I've heard it's not.
yeah,
but-
that's what I thought. Oh yeah, I've read that. Very, very good. I love Becky Chambers.
A Song for the Wild, also great name.
And that one's got like tea and everything I love.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's about a genderqueer tea monk and a non-binary robot on a road trip.
so good. It's so calm.
I just went back and looked at the pizza robot again. That is a fun generator.
Yeah.
When you're able to export it, definitely share it with the group. I think multiple people would have fun with it.
Yeah, I also have a character generator and a murder mystery generator.
The murder mystery generator, I need to see.
I can generate one real quick.
So, one of the other things, I don't know if you saw the email about it, but CCS is starting to do like webinars.
Oh, okay.
And I submitted my murder mystery writing
Oh, okay.
channel for it. So it'd be useful to have a generator, see what it does.
See if I can get it to work.
Yeah. I can also forward you the information on that. It was supposed to go out to all alumni, but if you didn't get it,
Wow, I
If you-
could just be doing somewhere weird.
yeah.
Oh, I have to fix my code. I did something wrong. Oh, I have some saved. In 1950, in a 1950s metropolis, a singer is found dead in a kitchen at midnight. They were killed with a poisoned needle at twilight. A chemical engineer investigates the death with a drywaller. Over the case, 3 people come up as possible suspects. The victim's friend, a coroner, over an accident, or due to an accident. The victim's daughter, a knitter, in self-defense. And the victim's father, a military agent, over drugs or alcohol. Oh my gosh.
That's great. Like it feels like the book descriptions you read on. I mean,
Yeah.
I think of all of them, but those things drive me nuts. Most of them are awful.
Yes. I mean, it's hard to do. But, you know,
Yeah, it just they all
job.
feel like the same. Do you know what I mean?
yeah. Well, I've been watching a lot of, well, of course, I've been watching a lot of murder mysteries, a lot of British ones, and sometimes I get confused between the different shows because they have the same plot, like the same general description, everything that happens. It's kind of almost boring, but I'm also doing something else, so I'm not that bored.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
It is really funny when a bunch of shows around the same time cover similar types of things.
When like Midsummer Murders has been around for so long that they do it to themselves.
Yes.
They have multiple episodes with alien abduction themes, lots of ghost ones, of course.
My favorite thing is when you rewatch, when you're watching through a show that was pre-streaming, so they weren't expecting people to constantly be rewatching, like binge watching and doing all this stuff,
Yeah.
and you get the same actors playing different people.
Oh, yeah. Columbo, the same actor played 3 different murderers. At least one guy. I think there were multiples that did that.
I know when I was watching through Murder, She Wrote, like George Clooney showed up like 3 times before it was famous.
Yep. Midsummer Murders. A guy shows up as a gardener in one episode, and then many seasons later comes back as the new main character.
Yeah. I was about to say. I was thinking the same thing. Like.
Yep.
Yeah. I remember also in Murder, She Wrote. I'm blanking on her name, but the actress who played Captain Janeway from Voyager was two different murder victims.
Yeah. I'm like, I feel bad for this person because they keep dying.
Yeah. Not a murder mystery, but gives me the same vibe as Jim Cummings voicing many characters in SWAT Cats. I was having a conversation about if there can only be 5 voice actors left, which ones would you save? And I brought up, well, you have to have Jim Cummings because he voices everybody.
Oh, here it is.
I'm so sorry.
No worries. These are my little fake rocks.
Delightful. Technically, all of it is rock.
Yeah.
Technically, those fake rocks are the least fake part of this whole thing. It is the only rock not pretending to be something it's not a rock.
Oops. Where'd you go? There you are.
All right. Let's get some progress. How is this thing coming together?
This little robot guy?
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Get it from the top only. Oh, there we go.
Got an eyeball. With the...
Is that a googly eye? Is that how you did?
No, it's the end of a bass string.
Oh, yeah.
It's the perfect robot eye.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, the little rings at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Tell everybody say hi.
Hi, Ben.
Hi.
Yeah, I'm in the dining room, so
Yeah.
I'm taking over the entire downstairs.
You can hear some gnats slurping in a minute.
I love that the bass string makes an eye. I can't believe I didn't recognize what that was. Like, I play guitar. I know the little loops. He just says, hi, voice.
Hi, voice.
Um,
The Great Yeti from our Less Than Secret.
Yeah. It was a running joke during Less Than Secret. Whenever Angela was streaming, we'd see Abe out of focus in the background.
Bringing me tea,
Yeah.
usually.
I actually had a thing recently where I was going through some D&D stuff, and I realized that the current edition doesn't have a version of Bigfoot. So I was thinking about how would I stat this and like make the things for it. And I had a very funny idea where I realized there's a spell called Blur, which makes it so people have a hard time hitting you because you're blurry and they can't. I can make Bigfoot blurry.
That's perfect.
Great
That's
joke.
hilarious.
I'm very proud of myself for it.
And we don't have to stay here until I'm done, right?
Yeah, I was actually going to say we've gone over 2 hours. We should probably call it.
Yeah.
But I was just having fun hanging out.
Yeah.
You and I
me
don't
too.
get a chance to hang out that much.
No, it was very nice.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, this is
Let's
all
get
we
one
did
final
in
look.
at CCS.
Yep.
I was just going to say that too. Like, you guys used to just hang out and work.
Constantly.
It's true. I am getting called away though, so we probably do want to wrap it up. before too long. Bigfoot keeps moving across the field and disappearing because of Misty Step. Ooh, that's fun.
Yeah, we can end. Here's the okay.
All right. As a reminder, we are doing this for Universal Flaws of Robotics, a comics anthology all about automata, currently on Kickstarter. We've just passed the 7,000 mark and have 6 days left, so it's a good time to back. We're trying to hit 9,000 before the end of the campaign. And as part of that, Angela is offering these little guys as commissions. You can either get one of the ones that has already been made or have her custom make one to your specifications. They are going for $125 each. You can also get dancing robot watercolors from me. We showed a couple examples on the stream throughout this. Those are going for $200. There are also watercolor illustrations by Sam Cleggett, the cartoonist behind Marky's Night Out, which are going for, I believe those are $80. And have your pet drawn as a cyborg robot by Kelly Swan for $40. All of that is available as add-ons, so if you get a physical edition of the book, you can add that onto your pledge, and you'll get an awesome original creation by an artist. So it's absolutely worth checking out. All
Feel
right.
free to add them all.
That's right. Add them all. You'll make us very happy.
Yes.
Heck yeah, great stream. Yes, thank you, Kelsey, for joining us through the stream. We hope you're taking it easy. Kelsey also has a Kickstarter starting soon, so keep an eye on KelseyDComics.com. No, KelseyDCrawford.com. I'm sorry, I got that wrong. KelseyDCrawford.com for announcements on that. Kelsey's been a big help during this Kickstarter, so we want to support them as much as possible.
Yes.
All right, let's go ahead and wrap it up there. Thank you very much for joining us. Please check out the Kickstarter. And until next time, rock on, guys, and never stop drawing.
Bye.